Hi there viewers, right behind me is the palace of one of the emperors of Ethiopia. That was when Gondar was the capital city of Ethiopia. And then the emperors of Ethiopia were not used to having a stable palace. They were building palaces in different places of Ethiopia that they went. But finally, they established a palace here in Gondar. And Gondar became the capital city of Ethiopia for over 200 years. You're on to Goge Africa, and we're bringing you historical facts about Ethiopia. Don't go away. From kings and churches to emperors and castles, another must-visit historic city in Ethiopia is Gondar. Located at Amhara region of Ethiopia, Gondar is popular as a tourist attraction for its many picturesque royal castle ruins.
Tell me, how did you hear about this place?
I heard that it was really nice that we had to visit if we came to Gondar, because it's a heritage
World Heritage Site.
Heritage site.
Okay.
So we would like a lot to see it, and we are visiting it now.
Yes.
And it's beautiful. It's really beautiful.
Yeah.
It reminds you of you are hundreds and hundreds years
ago, yeah.
with the castles.
Yes.
And,
It kind of like takes you back in history.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Home to many emperors and princes who led Ethiopia from the 13th to 17th century, Gondar was established as a permanent capital in 1636 by Emperor Fasilides. Emperor Fasilides built the first of a number of castle-like palaces to be found in Gondar. The Fasil Ghebi, inscribed as one of Ethiopia's UNESCO World Heritage Sites in 1979.
We are now at the entrance of the royal enclosure of King Fasilides.
Okay.
This is one of the 9 places in Ethiopia which is registered as a World Heritage Site by UNESCO. Since then, UNESCO has been funding money for the restoration of this place.
The Fasil Ghebi ushered in an architectural tradition that was replicated by successive kings of Ethiopia that ruled from Gondar. Fasil Ghebi, which means the premises of King Fasilides in Amharic, the working language of Ethiopia, is surrounded by a 900-meter-long wall and contains palaces, churches, monasteries, and other buildings marked by Hindu and Arab influences. Within this royal enclosure is the magnificent Fasil's Castle, which offers spectacular bird-eye view of the town. A 3-story structure built of roughly hewn stones and held together with mortar and beautifully fitted with high doors and arc-shaped window. We began our tour by climbing the stone stairway.
So viewers, we're going right into the main palace of King Fasilides.
Yeah.
Please come with us.
Right.
Walking on wooden floors, we passed through the high wooden door and entered into the large reception hall meant for the emperor's subjects. Next up was the men and women dining halls, which sit above the kitchen and storehouse.
And this fireplace especially is one of the most significant work of the Gondarian period. Of course, whenever a palace is built, it's along with a fireplace, but mostly made to serve for one side. But this one is made to serve for the either sides of the dining rooms, which makes it very unique.
The inner chamber, which served as a meeting room between the emperor and his close advisors, maintained its original wooden ceiling. The roof of the Fasil's castle stand huge towers and looming battlemented walls that served as guard posts. Also of interest within the royal enclosure is the library of Emperor Fasilidad's son, Emperor Zadich Johannes I, who ruled from 1667 to 1682. The library is a square battlemented building with rounded windows, covered with beige plaster and accentuated with tough frames. It has undergone some renovations.
As you see, it looks smaller, it looks newer as compared to the other castles because during the First World War between 1935 to 41, this area was under the control of the Italians. I think you might have seen some yellow color buildings while wandering the center of Gondar, which were built by them. At the same time, they used this compound as their military bases. Especially, they used that castle as their headquarters office. So whenever they maintained it, they didn't keep its originality. That's why this time it looks much different.
We also toured the castle of Emperor Iyasu, son of Emperor Zadich Johannes I. His castle was said to be the most decorated within the royal enclosure. From afar, it looked like a horse's saddle seat in shape. The arch roof was destroyed during the war with the Italians.
Between 1936 to 41, the Italians had much control in this area, as I have said earlier. And at the same time, this compound was one of their military bases. So that time, Ethiopia was a member of the League of Nations. So when Emperor Haile Selassie appealed for organization to get some military aid in order to evacuate the Italians from this part of area, there was a British army which made its base in Kenya, and that army was given that mission. And following that, once the entire part of the town was bombarded by the British military airplanes. So this destruction took place during the bombing. That means before 1941, all the castles were intact.
Oh,
yeah.
Beyond the castles, Fasilida's baths is equally a treasure to behold. The bathing pavilion itself stands on pair arches and contains several rooms. Today, Fasilida's baths are only filled up and used for baptism during the Timkat or Epiphany festival in late January. Gondar city is also home to Debra Behan Selassie Church, famed for its beautiful examples of Ethiopian church artworks that date back to the 17th century.
So this is one of the most celebrated church of Debra Behan Selassie. It was built by King Adiam Segediyasu, one of the Gondarian king who ruled from 1682 till 1706.
Housed above the main building is a 7-ostrich egg mast, a dominant symbol of the Ethiopian Orthodox Church. The ceiling of the interior has frescoes of faces representing a sequence of 104 little angels. The upper part of the walls are evenly covered with paintings of biblical scenes, as well as a very complete compendium of all the saints, martyrs, and some scenes from Ethiopian traditions.
All this painting is made by one monk. His name is Abba Haile Meskel, is the name of the artist. He firstly made the painting is on a cotton cloth that we call it locally shema. You can take a look right here. So the painting is made first on the cotton cloth, then plastered into the wall using a traditional glue made of the flour of wheat, teff, it can be something else, boiling with water to make it stick.
Other notable Gondarian structures can also be visited. Gondar city boasts of over 20 palaces and 30 churches which have survived the ravages of time. It's also home to Ras Dashen, the highest mountain in Ethiopia, which is situated in the Semien Mountains National Park. Gondar holds one of Ethiopia's most fascinating antiquities. It's a pearl worth visiting.
Goge Africa.
Africa.
It's the only thing I want to hear. It's the only thing I want to say.
Goge Africa is for Africa and is about Africa. Goge Africa for Africa.
It has been a wonderful experience, and I hope you enjoyed the experience with us. Stand by now for sights and sounds.
Birding, game tracking, game drives, and lunch trips. These are some of the remarkable attractions at the famous Queen Elizabeth National Park. Queen Elizabeth National Park is justifiably Uganda's most popular tourist destination.
Hi there viewers, my name is Isaac Moses and this is Goge Africa.
And we're reaching out to you from Uganda. I told you Uganda is one of the awesome places we have on this continent. And I'm so blessed to be here.
With very friendly people in this destination, you'll see wildlife, you'll see good music, and you also get to enjoy the food.
Yeah, and the thing with them in Uganda is they actually go the extra mile to make you feel at home. Like yesterday at my hotel, I had a meal from West Africa. I had okra soup.
You can't believe it.
But you still want to Goge Africa, don't you go away.
A lush equatorial landscape, 2 water bodies connected by a natural channel at the base of rolling hills. Queen Elizabeth National Park has one of the highest biodiversity ratings in the world. During hot dry time, January to February, when temperatures averages 80 degrees Fahrenheit or 25 degrees Celsius. June to September, which is the driest time when most animals remain near water. access Queen Elizabeth National Park from Uganda's capital city of Kampala by road is 420 kilometers. By air, a large airstrip is situated in Kasese town. For many of the fascinating species that inhabit the park, the Kazinga Channel is an oasis, and taking a boat tour along it gives visitors an amazing experience.
The channel is a natural one, connecting two water bodies, that is Lake Edward on the other side, and we have Lake George on the other side, where we shall reach on Lake Edward.
What's your impression of this tour?
It's really well done. Like, the guide's very friendly, knowledgeable, tons of animals, yeah, and a very quiet upper deck for us this evening, so it's perfect.
It's incredible here. We haven't seen half of what's in the park, I don't think.
With its wide biodiversity of habitats, Queen Elizabeth National Park contains the most astonishing number of species. It boasts of 100 types of mammals and 612 species of birds. Games drive through the savannah or boat cruise on the Kazinga Channel gives close sighting of wildlife such as elephants, hippos, Cape buffalo, olive bamboo, Nile crocodile, giant forest hog, Ugandan carp, waterbuck, warthogs, and others. The bird list includes eagle, shoebill stork, great flamingos, chapin flycatcher, pink-backed pelicans, papyrus canary, African skimmer, and so on. Uganda's Queen Elizabeth National Park is truly an assortment of wonders. Every tourist takes delight in capturing its stunning beauty on camera.
Alright viewers, if you love to travel like we do, stand by now for travel tips.
On travel tips, getting around Kampala like a local. Visitors to Kampala have various options for getting around, which include by train, car, bus, motorbike, or taxi. Motorbikes, commonly called boda-bodas, are the fastest way to get around Kampala, bearing the traffic situations. Train travel is possible from Kampala through most parts of Uganda. This can be a great way to travel the country, as it allows one to see much of the changing scenery that is missed when flying. Also, driving can be a great way to see Kampala and all of Uganda. There are numerous car rental companies based in the city. Buses travel around the city as well as to other areas of the country. The bus station, which is located in the city center, is a good place to go for route, fare, and timetable information. Basic taxis are widely available throughout the city of Kampala. It can be found at major public areas such as the airport, train station, bus station, and taxi ranks. Fares in Uganda are determined by negotiation and are loosely based on distance traveled.
Haye, 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 haye. Goge Africa, Goge Africa, Goge Africa. Uza wa Goge, uza wa Goge, uza wa Goge, uza wa